Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Going over the daily uranium technical analysis update. If you guys like this stuff, subscribe to the channel. Definitely give me the thumbs up. And we're going to dive right in. Again, this is not financial advice. It's only financial education or opinion. So here we go. Let's go into uranium. I've got the uranium price per pound right off the bat. 32.44 is the current price. We're in this upward channel. And what we want to see is a break of this channel. We're right there at the upper bound trend line. So it's at any time now where this thing could break to the upside in terms of USD per pounds. Next is URNM. We've squeezed up here and then basically broke out to the downside of this pattern right here that I didn't draw in. We've got two strong up days and we're kind of relaxing here. We need the buyers to step in here and show us that they're in control if they want to move this higher. If they don't move it higher and we see a large down candlestick, I think we're going to chop sideways for a while longer in a consolidation period, basically forming a base to launch from. This pattern here with this bullish engulfing pattern here coming on up is encouraging for a move to the upside eventually. So how long that will last, I'm not exactly sure, but usually it's an indication of a short-term bottom and a potential for the buyers to step in and move on up with that bullish engulfing candlestick right there. Camco, again, we broke to the downside of this trend line. We're coming on up. The candlesticks are getting a little bit smaller in terms of the sell-off here. So we have two large candlestick up, two small down days. I think we're going to chop sideways for a little bit longer, creating a base or consolidating. And we're seeing that across all the different companies. Trend line break to the downside. We're trying to pop back higher. We've got wicks at the top where I think you're going to come back down. And I think we're going to grind sideways with most of these companies, creating a base pattern that we can launch from. Again, fission, we're coming up. We could be kissing this and then heading back down. Or, I mean, this could come kind of sideways action for a little while. Unless the buyers step in here and break above this trend line. Then it's game on. Again, see this trend line that's created. We broke down. We're coming back to back test it. We do have, the thing that's positive here is we've got these large up days kind of in a row and then the small little down days here. All we need is the buyers to step in and push it back up. And everything's going to be okay. It looks like this one bounced, the DNN bounced off of its support, came right back up and is relaxing or chilling right above its support line. We've got uranium royalty. Let me see here. Yeah, uranium royalty. We're moving on sideways. We got the support line here. We bounced off. Nice big up day action, then the small pullback. Big up day, small pullback. I like what this thing's doing. I think eventually it's going to move to the upside here any second. Bannerman, again, it's finding support here. We've got a nice little kind of bullish engulfing or bullish piercing almost candlestick. But the buyer's got to step in and move it up. Otherwise, we're going to break down here. Deep yellow, same thing as Bannerman. We've got support here. It's playing with that support. We dipped a little bit below it and popped it right back up. Buyers are down here. We just need them to hold this area. Goviax fell a little bit below its pattern here. We can kind of zoom out. Let me just move this down. That's kind of the bottom line there. It fell below it briefly and then popped right back up. This is a bullish piercing candlestick. We need the buyers to step in and drive this thing higher if they want it to go higher. Canalaska, same thing. We're finding support in all these areas. Kind of coming down, finding support. Probably a couple of sideways moves here before moving higher. Standard uranium, I redrew this large kind of wedge pattern that's developing. We're still in the pattern. The pattern is full. We've got baseload. Baseload broke through its downtrend. It's coming back to retest. Now we need the launch here. Come on, buyers. Let's launch this thing higher. UEXCF, I didn't draw anything in here, but you've got some support at this area right through here. We're back at that support level. 2 larger up days, small little down days. I think this is trying to go sideways to higher. Forces Metals, another African uranium company, broke out of its uptrend, kind of meandering sideways to lower. We've popped back up, and I still think we gotta do some breaking here at like 95 cents to get a nice good move on. Sky Harbor, uptrend line break to the downside, and we're bouncing sideways. I think we're going to continue to bounce for a little bit and create a basing pattern, which then will create a basically a pattern that looks somewhere similar like this coming down. Hopefully it's not a continuation pattern lower, but we'll see what the buyers and sellers do here in the short term over the next week or two. And here's Laramide, down uptrend line break to the down, or I should say to the downside. Came down, and we're still kind of doing this megaphone type pattern. Maybe I can throw that in here real quick, show you what I see. So at first I didn't really see too much, but no, don't do that to me. So we got this little megaphone pattern deal going on that looks something like that we're going back and forth in. And there it is. You can see it there. Kind of this megaphone wedge type pattern. If we break through here, I think we're looking good if we break through 44, 45 cents and get up in this 46 and close above it. That would be a very positive thing for Laramide there. So that's what I've got for today. I still think the buyers are here in some of these companies. Lots of them are moving sideways. We're trying to gain some footing. We kind of drop below some of the support lines and we pop back up. Let's see what happens this next week. What I am seeing in other sectors, because commodities, I look at this as the entire thing. The dollar is forming a wedge pattern that's going to break to the downside. I think we just broke down today the dollar. Commodities like copper and all these other ones, nickel, and I'm going to give you other charts on this. They're all ready to break to the upside. Things are starting to move to the upside. And if the dollar breaks down, I see these all launching. So I'm not necessarily taking these patterns at face value in just uranium. I'm seeing the entire commodity complex firm up. And when that firms up, I'm deploying money. I'm buying things right now. I'm getting in there. I'm finding companies. I'm deploying. I'm adding into my positions now in gold, silver, uranium, and in all these different areas because the entire commodity sector, the whole grouping, is starting to firm up. And the dollar, if we see dollar weakness, I think these are going to do very well. So hopefully this helps you out in your investment journey. Hopefully it helps you make some decisions. And thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.